Good morning. Good morning, Ammirata. Snuggled up inside, drinking coffee. It's probably hot outside, but it's cool in here. It's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a relaxed day for me. Hello, Ammirata. I don't know if y'all can see this light right here. It's not, there's not hardly any light over there. But look at this right here. Good morning, Gina Lynn. Can y'all see this light right here? I'm gonna see if I can turn it. Gina, can you see this? Hey, Tanya. Yeah, it's very dim in my house. There's like hardly no light over in that area. So let me see if I can. It's just right there. Because I have windows right here. And there, it's the same light. And that's in another room. And the window's not even showing. You can't see the window. That's kind of unusual. Good morning, Tanya. Tanya, we're looking at this light right here. When I turn around, there is no light. There's no bright. There is a window in there, but you can't, there it goes, look. But you can't really see it that well. It's very dim in my house. Yeah, it is. It's kind of unusual. I can only see that right there with my camera. I sat down and I started to turn the live on, go live, and I was going to try to move the phone around so, because that's so bright, and I couldn't figure out where it's coming from. I thought, well, it's coming from maybe the window. I don't know, can you hear me? I may be a little bit far away. Andrea. Anyway, what is that? See that? Look. What in the world, Gina? I cannot see that, whatever it is. What is going on? Is it just me? But when I turn around, it seems like it gets smaller. I don't know. I don't know, but there is no, my room is almost dark. It's as dark as, like, you see right there behind me? And over there where the lamp is? I don't know. There is a window in there, but it's blocked. The sun's not shining in that window too much because it's blocked. Hey, Pammy. All right, anyway, I don't know. We'll leave it back there with us, whatever it is. Good morning, Ammirata. I'm so glad to have y'all out here. I am having my coffee. I am at home this morning. If I move the camera, let's see. I mean, I can only move it like that. See, move it that way, it looks like it went away. So maybe it is just the light from that room, and maybe my phone's just having a hard time adjusting to the different light in the room. I don't know. So it's trying to adjust to me. It's trying to adjust to that. But anyway, good morning, y'all. So I'm glad to be here with y'all, and I'm glad. Hey, Stephanie. Are you? See, Andrea said she had a hard time hearing me. Can y'all hear me now? Is it just me? Was I just talking to? Maybe I was just talking too light, too muted. I have a heavy voice. So I am sleepy this morning. I know for you guys that are beyond the East Coast Standard Time, it probably is early. But I'm just not an early person. But I am sleepy this morning. I am hanging around the house today. I'm going to be doing nothing. And I'm going to do it well. Okay, Teresa, thank you. Yeah, it may have been I was moving the phone around because of this right here, which is unusual. So, hey, Diane and Dawn. I'm so glad y'all could be here this morning. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for being a part of Ammirata. I love our group and so thankful for y'all. I hope you have some coffee. I'm drinking in my usual cup. This cup, it says, live every moment, laugh every day. And it even says it on the inside of the cup. A friend of mine found it in TJ Maxx. I think we were in TJ Maxx, maybe in, well, I'm not sure it was TJ Maxx. We were in Charleston somewhere, and she found it while I was there with her. She's one of those people that can just find the best stuff. Anyway, we both love birds. We love trees. And which I don't know if there's any birds on here. I was thinking that there was, but it's a tree. If you can see it. It's really pretty. And I drink out of it because I like to look at that. Live every moment, laugh every day. So I drink out of it, every morning. So sometimes it gets those little coffee stains on the inside, but it's a favorite cup. It's one of many. I have several in there. Some that were made for me, bought special. My daughters bought me some cute ones too. So, but good morning, and I am going to be very lazy today. I normally exercise. We do CrossFit and normally do that on Saturday mornings early, but this morning I just told my husband I just want to lay around all day. We have been out of town, gone for weekend long trips and work stuff, and so anyway, I'm going to enjoy today. Both of my children are here, which is unusual. They're either working. My son is here because of his cochlear implant. He's recuperating, so he doesn't live here, but he's here now. So I'm going to enjoy my family and my dogs. I have 2 dogs that I love dearly that are, well, one of them is about like me. In fact, her birthday is right at my birthday. We're one day apart, but the other one, she's cray-cray. So when she gets up, if she gets up before I'm off of here, she'll have everything going. So, but anyway, what have y'all got planned today? What's going on in your lives? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to address the group? My hair looks rough, y'all. I got all that gray. I've been trying to spray the gray out. It's hard when it starts coming in like with a vengeance. It's hard to get rid of it, but it's time for my hairdresser. Time for my stylist. I will say this, y'all. I don't know if you've tried this, but if you haven't, go and check it out. You can get it in Ulta. In Ulta, they've got this hair conditioner. It's hair conditioner, and it's colors. You can get red, you can get brown, and it's maybe blue or green, and maybe a few other colors. It's not many. But anyway, when you, if you have any highlights in your hair, now I'm not sure about the gray. I got to test that. But you can put it in your hair and leave it in like the conditioner, and it's just temporary. But when you rinse it out, it leaves, like on my hair, I do the red, and it leaves the most beautiful red highlights in. So I'm just gonna try the brown and see if the brown would cover if I could put it up here, because I only did the ends of my hair because I've got highlights in the ends, and I thought, you know, let's just put some red in there, and it was really pretty, and it was real easy, and it's cheap. It's just temporary, but cheap. Temporary is good sometimes. Okay, Tara's birthday is today. Tara is 37. I used to teach Tara in children's church. Do you remember that, Gina? Or Sunday school, but anyway, Tara was in my class, Tara and Amanda. So, I can't hardly believe that. Tara's 37. Well, happy birthday, Tara. I'll have to send her a little text. What the rest of y'all, what you got planned? I love seeing what y'all are doing. Y'all inspire me. Oh, it feels so good inside too, doesn't it? I don't know if it's been hot where you guys live, but in South Carolina, it has been somewhere close to 100. It just has been a scorcher. So, they are having in our area, they're having a Festival of Discovery. It's a barbecue and blues festival. So there are a lot of little bands sprinkled around in restaurants downtown, and there is barbecue. They bring all their trucks in, their smokers, their grills. It's a big deal. I just wish they'd do it in October because it's hot in July. In South Carolina, July and August are probably the two worst months our whole year, because we have very mild winters. We have beautiful springs and beautiful falls, really pretty falls, because our area is densely populated with trees. So Carolinas have a lot of pines. We have different kind of pine trees, but we have a lot of hardwoods too. So when the hardwoods lose their leaves, or when they turn beautiful. But all the pines, of course, are evergreen, sprinkled throughout the forest, sprinkled throughout the mountains. So it's really pretty. It's really pretty here. So why couldn't they do that in October? But my son asked me yesterday, said, "Mom, you coming?" He said, "I'm down here at the barbecue." And I said, "No, it's like 2,000 degrees outside. I'm not going out there." Hey, it gets so hot. The asphalt actually gets gooey. It starts to melt. You start to sink down in it. Yeah, it was terrible thunderstorms last night. Yeah, I thought about that, about the people out there, Gina. So, I know it. Well, still have our light. You see? If y'all can see that, but anyway. Kathy. Hey, Kathy. So today is a social meetup. There's no agenda. Just to enjoy one another. It's been an off week for me, I guess, because of being back. Isabella had a doctor's appointment yesterday. She had Isabella, my daughter, is also hearing impaired. So this ear right here is the ear that she hears out of. This ear, for her, is totally deaf. She doesn't hear, and hearing aids just don't work. I've tried all that, and she decided she didn't want to get a cochlear implant in this ear. That's her only choice. So this is the ear that she hears out of, and she hears very well. Her speech is wonderful, beautiful. She has a beautiful voice. She's never really struggled to speak or hear, because she can hear a little bit better. The hearing aid works very well to amplify the sounds that she needs, speech sounds. So, and she loves music, so I know she's hearing music very well. So yesterday we went to the audiologist. We have to go like every 6 months for them to tune up the hearing aid, and they had to send her hearing aid off because she was at work. She was working, and all of a sudden it just went out. She couldn't get it to come back on. After it sat out for a little bit, 20 minutes, I guess, and it finally did come back on. So they sent it off to be repaired. So she's got a loaner. But thank goodness that she has an awesome audiologist. And you know, when you go through things like this with your family, isn't it wonderful when people that you come into contact with, that they have a calling in the area that they're in, that they're serving in, that they're working in. It's not just a job. But our audiologist, her name is Holly. Holly is wonderful. She's great with young people. She's great with children. And she just knows exactly what to say and how to do it. And I think, I don't think I could be that patient. You have to be patient when you have like an 18-month-old. Hey, Beverly. You have an 18-month or a 3-year-old. I think maybe a 3-year-old might be worse in there. And you're trying to put the hearing aid in their ear or whatever you're having to do. Clean the ear. The ears have to be cleaned, because when they have the ear mold that goes in the ear, when they push it in so many times, it impacts, the wax goes deeper and deeper in the ear, just over time, just by use. And she goes in there, she gets rid of all that, which I know is yucky, but it's just a fact. When you have hearing aids, and you have to have those ear molds in there. So, but anyway, it's wonderful meeting people in life that I would have never met otherwise. On my journey to sound is what I always call it. And it's wonderful that these people are actually, they're doing what they were called to do. And I hope we are. I hope that we are in the area that we're called to be in. I hope that you are. And if we're not, what are we going to do? Hey, Mary. Good morning. What are we doing to get into that area? Now, I know some of y'all that are out here this morning. I know you personally. So I know some of you are doing what you're supposed to do. You have great personalities, and you love people, and people are drawn to you. So I want to be where I'm supposed to be. And for now, I'm supposed to be out here with you guys. I know that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be here with my family. Sometimes it seems like the things that we do, and I'm just being very real, sometimes it feels like the little bit that we do or we achieve or the life that we live seems so small. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it just seems like unnoticeable maybe. But people are noticing. They do notice more than we realize. It's just we're so up close to it all that we can't see what our life is doing. We don't have a good overall view. So, but just like my audiologist yesterday, how great she was with my daughter, and I was thinking, you know what? And this lady's been doing it for many years, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, I dread the day when she retires. That's what I was thinking yesterday. I dread that day because it took me a long time to find her. And she's like a diamond, you know, and a pile of, I hate to say rubble, but we went through a lot of audiologists that just, it wasn't the audiologist necessarily. My daughter was just difficult when she was young. She was difficult to deal with. She didn't want anybody touching her, anybody touching her ear or messing with that. And she was busy, so she was wanting to lay all over the floor, you know how they do, and roll around, and just like busy children do. But this audiologist knew exactly how to treat her and how to get her and how to, whatever she had to do. So she has a gift. She has a gift of working with young people. So what are our gifts? What are our gifts? I hope that if you haven't, you need to go and look at some of those little online tests and quizzes that you can do that tell about your gifts. You can just go and Google. There's a test called 16 personalities. It's just 16 personalities. Go out there. I'll see if I can put that on Ammirata's site. But go out there and take that and just see what it says about you. the kind of it said I was, I think, a dreamer or something, which it was so true. So, and it is possible to trick it. So answer very truthfully. Go with your gut feel, your gut answer. Not what you think makes you look good or will come out great. No, just go with your gut, because there's no bad answer. It's all good. So go with your gut answer on it. And hey, maybe we can share them. Put it out there and share what we are. I'll do that. I'll put that out there today, y'all. So thank you, Gina. Well, I'll say this about you, Gina. You are very, you're very discerning. And Gina Brown is on here with me today. I guess you can see her comment. We've known each other since I was in my 20s. I guess probably my mid-20s. I met Gina at our church, and we just linked up. But Gina would always know how to pray for me when I was going through something. She's one of those people that she don't even realize it, but she would go to pray for me, and she would know exactly what to say. And I hadn't told her anything. She didn't even know me, really. And we had the opportunity, didn't we, Gina, the other day to minister to another young lady. And I'm so glad. And actually, she's in Ammirata. So we were able to basically just encourage her. Because you know what, y'all? We all go through little things where we get worn down. Life beats us down. It just does, just living. You know, you don't have to wait for something really, really bad to happen. Sometimes it's just a cumulative process of little things, little hurts that kind of wear us down. So we need each other. We need each other. We need to encourage one another, lift one another up, speak into each other. And sometimes, just like I was saying, that we don't realize the significance of our life. Let's make sure that we tell others around us just how important they are and how significant, and what we notice about their life. We notice the beauty in their life. Let's make sure that we encourage them and we bless them with our words, because words do matter. Remember that experiment that I did? I don't know if some of you are new and you didn't see my experiment. It's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, which is, I think it's Melony Young or Melony Dawn Young. You can go and search it. But I did this experiment with rice. It was just dry rice and purified water and 3 little glasses. And I bought these 3 little glasses from Publix. I found them, and I didn't do anything with them because I didn't want to wash them and put soap and leave soap in one or something. I didn't know. I just took these 3 glasses, put dry rice, purified water, and every day I put it in a room that nobody was in, and it wasn't near any air or sun or anything. And I put labels on it: love, hate, and then ignore. And I went and talked to them every day. Well, except for the ignore. But I talked to the one that said love. I would just say words of love, kindness. And the one that was hate, I would say words of hate, words of cursing. Y'all, it was spooky what happened. It was spooky that words can actually, just words, not even touching, words, and maybe even the label itself, could make that rice become just terrible. It was the most disgusting mold and degradation and rot. I don't even know how it was so noticeable. And one time on the ones that had love on it, had a little spot that came up on it, like it was going to start getting a little mold on it. And I said to it, I loved it, and that it was going to be healed and it was going to be healthy. Do you know, within about 3 days, and my husband, I was actually out of town, so he was in there talking to it, which he said it felt odd going in there talking to the rice, but he went in there and talked to it too. And do you know that spot went away within about 3 to 4 days? And that's on those videos, because I did them every day. I would do like a 1-minute video every day just to kind of see the progress. And what I need to do is I need to go out when I have time and do a cumulative of all of them and just show you just how it changed. I mean, it's just crazy. But when you get a chance, you can go out to that channel, and I would love to have some more subscribers, so you could help me out by subscribing. So even if you don't watch, that's okay. But some of the stuff, there's some things that are out there that may not be out here. But anyway, words do matter, y'all. And when you see that, and you really see, and you can do your own experiment. I see people do it with just a slice of bread. They put it like in a Ziploc bag, and you could just do two. And you could do whatever you wanted to do. You could do one that some people do thankful, and I don't know what they do for the other one that's not thankful, but it's the opposite. But I saw some people write on it, on one of them, one of the experiments, they wrote Jesus on one and Satan on the other. Oh my gosh. And then they every day they'd go out and write other words on it. You know, like on the Jesus one, they'd put all the love, all the good words, and on Satan, they'd put all the words of hate. So, and he's been doing it, I think, for 2 months, the guy I saw, and that one was on TikTok. So you could go and do, just on TikTok, just go do a search, and do a search for, I don't know what they call it, but you do a couple things, search queries, and you'll find it. But a lot of people are doing the bread, so you could, I just did the rice. It was just easy to leave in there. I didn't have to lay it anywhere, and you could see it changing. And the one that was the ignore, now here's what I noticed about it. It didn't change much. Nothing much happened with it at all. The one that was love actually began to ferment like rice wine, I guess. But the one that had ignore just like did nothing, except for one thing we noticed. The rice came outside of the glass, and there were little rice grains on the outside of the glass. It was as if the rice were climbing out of the glass, trying to get to you, trying to get to somebody because it was being ignored. It's amazing. So when I look at that and I think about words, how powerful they are, y'all, and I think what I've missed in my life, I'm 57 now, and I think what I should have been doing more of, should have been doing better, should have been speaking better. I mean, like even over our bodies. I had a little thing cut off the other day. We need to be kinder to ourselves. I mean, we need to be speaking, like how many times do we get up and we say, man, I hate this, or I hate that about myself, or I wish this and I wish that, and we say it out loud. We don't just think it. We've got to be better. Good morning, Sharon. I'm glad you got to join us. We've got to be better at what we're saying. I've been talking to my neck, telling my neck it's young. It's strong. I tell my body that I'm strong. I'm strong, I'm healthy. Words do matter. So go and look at some of that. Maybe look at that this weekend if you have time. It will blow your mind. It'll probably give you goosebumps. And you'll probably be like me. You'll probably think, this can't be real. They have done something to this to make it come out like this. You know, they've predisposed it to something, whatever. So then I would just challenge you to do it yourself, because I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. And I even purposely tried to make sure I did everything the same. Hey, Renee. It's good to have you, Renee. Good to see you out here. But go out there and just check, just look and see what other people have done. It is, spooky is probably not the word, but it is a little eerie when you've been just talking to rice, and it feels a little weird going there and you're telling rice, I hate you, or rice, I love you. But even rice recognizes the goodness of people. Even rice recognizes hatred and cursing in people, in our voice. So what more would a living being, like a little animal? What about little animals? What about plants? And that's something that, I know that we heard all that stuff about plants in the past, that people talk to plants, they do better. Well, they do better. And there's a reason for that, because they actually do get whatever you're saying. I don't know if they understand words, but they understand the motive behind the words. They did a test, and you can go and look that up too. And now that guy's name has left me. It seems like it starts with a B. But I think he did this test back maybe in the 60s or 70s. They actually hooked up, and I'm a science major. I've done a lot of science. But they hooked up little electrode sensors to the leaves. And then they would come in and say things to the plants, and the plants would respond. They actually found that when they were taking, they would take pruning shears, and they would go towards even other plants, like they were going to prune, and the plants would like get, they would actually scream. They actually found out at some level, some hertz that you could not hear when they amplified it, that the plants actually screamed when they thought that, hey Gail, when they thought that either they were about to be cut or another plant was about to be cut. And you have to go, I have to see if I can find that too, because I thought, oh my gosh. So, I planted some tomatoes, and I think it was Pammy that was telling me kind of what to put, in the ground. And my tomatoes this year, y'all, this is the first year I've had beautiful, wonderful, delicious. I have tomatoes that were that big, but I did talk to them. I went out there and talked to them, and I touched them. And there's something to this, y'all. Hey, Gil. Hey, Gil. I'm having a lazy day today. I'm not even exercising today. I'm not working out. I'm laying around. I'm gonna lay around the house. Thank you for being here, all y'all. So our words matter. That's what we're talking about. But this is just a social meetup. Anybody, if you want to add anything, you add anything. But it's definitely true. It is true, and that has changed me doing that experiment. It's changed the way I feel. I just need to keep that top of mind when I get aggravated at these aggravating drivers or whatever, or whatever's aggravating us at the time, is to remember our thoughts become actions. Or actually, sometimes our thoughts become words, and then the words turn into actions. So it needs to be good stuff, y'all. It needs to be constructive. And that doesn't always mean that everything's fluffy and like cotton candy either. Sometimes true love can be tough. It has to be tough. It really does. Sometimes true love has to be confrontational at times. So any parent knows that. It has to be. To protect our children, to protect people that we love. Sometimes things have to be confronted. And that goes the same at work. Things have to be confronted. It's very uncomfortable. Because we would rather be saying things that are easy to say. Sometimes we have to confront things. We can't allow it to go on. Because toleration doesn't necessarily equal love or acceptance. It could mean complacency and just plain out, I don't care, right? So, well, gosh, we got into some deep stuff, even on a lazy Saturday morning. So, I love y'all. I hope that everybody's day is great. Hey, Tracy. Tracy, we're talking about words. Gina was talking about toleration. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Toleration. I know sometimes your comments are delayed by the time I see them, but I will say this, thoughts, that's what we're talking about. And I was thinking about that because I read that book, Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. I don't know if she says it in there, but I know that what we think becomes words, and what we speak, it sets things in motion, it becomes an action. Hey, Cheryl. So glad you came. So yes, we create our world. We create it. We think about it. We speak about it. And eventually we're living in it. So what does that look like for us? What does it look like? Leaving for Arizona. Good, I'm glad you dropped in. I see that. Wyoming to Arizona, I think you said. And Wyoming is a fantastically beautiful state, Tracy. Beautiful. I love it. Hi. Hi, Queens. Hi, Tiffany. So, and you know what? Sometimes we do have stinking thinking. We get a little down. It's okay. You're human. I'm human. We can wallow around a little bit, but then eventually we just got to get back up. Get back up. Put a big girl britches on and carry on. So, but enjoy your life and think on things. Whatever our imagination is part of our creativity. So imagine what it is that you want, your desire. You don't have to be made to feel guilty that you want a certain car, or maybe you want a certain type of little dog you want to have in your home, or you want a certain kind of jewelry maybe that you want to get. Yeah, put your granny panties on. That's right, Tiffany. More people need to do that. Put your granny panties on. So that's a good thing that God gave. I think that I heard that we're the only being on the earth that has an imagination. That is what is like God from us, in us, is our imagination. So from our imagination comes creativity, because we can start imagining different things that we want. Now, I'm not saying you should live in a fantasy or an imagination land all the time. It's not what I'm saying, but to have downtime and to relax does give you time to think. And that can go either way. That can go into a negative, down a negative path, or a positive one. So we have to work sometimes. Some days you have to work to go down a positive route. So think, when my children were born hearing impaired, my mind wanted to go down the path of they'll never hear. They'll never be able to hear me say I love you. I'll never hear them say mama. Those are the thoughts that, I had to deal with. And my husband said, our children will hear, our children will speak. And that's what we focused on. Then we began to think and study and try to find a way for them to be able to hear. Well, now, for those of you that know my children, you know that they hear and speak very well. And there was a time, and I know sometimes when they say, oh, mama, 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 they say it all the time. And it would get a little aggravating, and they're both, mama, mama, she's facing on me. I have no idea where that came from, but my son used to say, mama, she's facing on me. And I would be getting aggravated. I'd start to, and I think, thank you, Lord. My children can hear, and my children can speak, and they can aggravate me with their words. So thank you, Lord. Oh, yes, we do, Tiffany. We deserve all life has to offer. Thank you, Gail. We deserve. God has good things for you. And I don't believe so much in that prosperity mentality that's out there, but I tell you, I surely don't believe in the poverty one either. I believe that there are good things for everybody, and it looks different for everybody. I really do. And we have to look for the good. We have to think on the good. And we have to speak it out into our lives. And I believe it will manifest if we speak on it. And there's action involved. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't have like a nice car if you don't have a job. So there's some work involved. Okay. So there's stuff that's still required, but I have also found this, that nothing really wonderful that I've ever gotten ever felt good that unless I working for it. Yes, we do define it, Tiffany. That's right. We define it. So there's some things that have just never been important to me that are to others. And there's some things that are important to me that are not important. I'm very different. My friends were very diverse. I have some that have one that loves fashion. She's always the one that I find out, name brands. I don't know what's good and what's not, but through her I do. And there's another one. She has a beautiful home, and that's very important to her. And I love going over to her house. That's what's a big deal to her. To me, I like to travel. I live in a relatively small home, but I love to travel. And actually, I like to drive that old Jeep. It's an old Jeep. I like driving that thing. And I like my dogs, love my husband, love my children and my friends, my family. I'm a family girl. So things are just different for all of us. And that's what makes humanity such a beautiful garden, is all the difference in people, all the different colors. You know, it's kind of funny. And I will say this, I'm going to say this on here because this is just funny to me. I know as a light colored person, you know, we're always trying to get a tan. You know, when I grew up, that's what you did. You just laid out in the sun to get a tan. You wanted to get beautiful and dark and have that golden tan. Well, I had a lot of dark-skinned people, but I never heard one of them say this. And I was at this movie. It was a movie. I want to say it was Waiting to Exhale. It was Waiting to Exhale, and all the leads, there were 4 black women, 4 beautiful women. And I was watching that movie, and there were a lot of black women in the audience to support this. They were excited. You could tell it was a lot of girlfriends were in there with each other. Yeah, with baby oil. That's right, Tracy, with baby oil. So they were in there all having fun, you know. It's like a girls' night out. And I think it was maybe a Saturday night. And there were different skin tones on screen of the people that were, you have to go and watch it now to see. We'll have to all go and watch it. But there were, of course, you know, different skin tones. But there was one lady on the screen that was extremely very dark. And all the women in the audience gasped. Oh, and now I could hear them say, man, she's black. And I thought, you know, here we are trying to get dark skin, and they're trying to get lighter skin. And then later on, I had friends that would tell me things of what they struggled with because they weren't light enough. So I think dark black skin is beautiful. There is a woman who models. I follow her on Instagram. My daughter introduced me to. I think her name is Anaki. She's very black. Y'all, she's so beautiful. When she wears gold makeup, man, she really makes it shine. And she was made fun of when she was young. So appreciate what it is about you that's different. Maybe you don't fit a mold, you think. You don't fit maybe the current, whatever, skinny, tan, blonde, blue-eyed, whatever. But whatever it is, don't look at it that way. Look at how you were made and find things about you that are unique. And right now in the modeling world, the unique, the most odd, that is where the beauty is. Those are the people that are getting FaceTime. So, active, yeah. Yeah, I have some friends that are biracial children. They are gorgeous. So, I just love the different looks of people. I love to like go and look sometimes, you know, and just see different eye colors that are just so unusual, and how we're just made different. Everything, our hair texture. It's just, I'm about to open, you know, my salon, so I went and bought a bunch of different kind of shampoos. And because my hair is so crazy and coarse, I went to the area where it's typically like African American, and I bought all that. And so y'all have been spraying all that stuff in my hair, and it feels so good. So I found something. So I just love that the differences are what makes us beautiful. It's what makes you beautiful, and it's what makes you unique. And so I want you to think this week on the very things maybe that you didn't like about your appearance, other than things that are unhealthy now. But I'm just saying, you know, like I know we deal with things that's like acne or whatever, but I want you to find something about yourself the way you were born, whether it's your nose, your feet, your hands, your shape, whatever it is that you feel like you struggle with. And I want you to thank God for that. And I want you to look at it in a new way this week. Look at it differently. And look at it, ask yourself, like, my hands, you know, maybe something that you don't like about your hands. What are the benefits? What could be the possible beauty to that? So I want you to look at it this week, some area of I'm going to say your physical appearance, not your emotions or anything like that, but your physical appearance. It could be your teeth. It could be a big space in your teeth, which you know that's sexy. I mean, there's a lot of people I see on TV that have that big space. That's supposed to be a sexy thing. So, and I want you to focus this week on how that makes you different and how it makes you beautiful. And if you want to comment on it, I would love for you to put that in action, because remember what we were saying, actions build. They build our world. They really do. Really build your world. And you will begin to see things shift in your life when you begin to look at it through eyes of love. Okay? So look at things through eyes of love, because you are loved. You're greatly loved. Well, I love y'all. I know I've kept y'all a long time. I'm not working out today. I'm having my lazy day. I'm going to have to go heat up my coffee. It's done got cold. I will say prayers for Tracy right now as she travels. I think she's going from Wyoming to Arizona I think she's moving her mom. So prayers for you, Tracy, that not only do you have safe travel, but it's beautiful and you enjoy this time, that special things happen to you on your trip, okay? So I love y'all. I still have my light here a little bit. So anyway, love y'all. Have a fantastic day. I will see you out here Tuesday. Bye.